Hi, I'm Elijah Ghost with the Oklahoma Weather Authority. Right now, we are working a tornado warning for Ellis County. This goes until 9 p.m. Let's go ahead. Let's take the radar data off. And again, this includes the city of Arnett. It does not include Gage. It does not include Shattuck. It only exclusively includes Arnett right now for the current being. So let's go ahead, and that's the only city I can think of that is actually included in this tornado warning. So let's go ahead and let's shoot back on this. Let's go to velocity mode, because the velocity mode is really going to be the thing that's going to help us here. Just to the southwest of Arnett there, that's where the area of circulation and concern is going to be at. Just to the southwest of Arnett. So you folks in Arnett, we want you in your safe spot right now. Again, it's a small room on the lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows. Nobody should be in a mobile home, and nobody should be in a vehicle at this time right now. Again, that's a tornado warning for Ellis County until 9 p.m. right now. Again, this thing has been reported to produce a rope tornado. Again, a rope tornado at times. So again, we are watching this very, very carefully. I'm watching a stream off my monitor, and again, this is a very we're watching this storm very carefully for the potential this thing could try to produce a tornado at any given time. So again, you folks in Arnett, safest place you know, again, that's a small room on the lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows. Nobody should be in a mobile home, and nobody should be in a vehicle, okay? That's going to be State Highway. What is the state highway that runs in there? There's going to be two highways here, I note here. But again, right now, for the city of Arnett, this is going to be the southwest of Arnett High School.
Elijah, it's 60 and 283.
Okay, it's 283 to east-west highway.
283 is the north-south, and then 60 is east-west.
Okay, so if you folks are going down 63, stop, because this circulation is not a big circulation. But what it's doing is that it's not as big circulation, but it's not a small circulation. Well, I think that might be just a tad to the south of 63. About to cross over 283. So you folks are on 283. Safest place, again, this is a dangerous situation, a life-threatening situation. Again, all 20. Okay, Noah, you have something?
I was just going to say you were getting ready to talk about how far away. It's exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miles west of 283. Well, actually, that was the latest scan. It's about 5 miles west of 283, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 miles south of 60.
Okay. So again, you folks in Arnett, safest place you know. We need to get you a safe spot right now. We want you in a small room on the lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows. Again, we don't want you in a mobile home. Right now, a mobile home is a death trap, and nobody should be in a vehicle right now. And again, I guess this tornado warning does not include the city of Shattuck. Well, Shattuck does not include Gage. It includes specifically Arnett. If you're familiar with the April 15th disaster up in Ellis and Wilbert counties, this tornado, the potential for the tornado is literally going to be sitting on where that tornado started. The April 15th tornado started. It's sitting right there at where it started at. A lot of the trees are messed up still from that disaster day, but again, that's where that potential tornado will be sitting at. And again, this is not your classic looking supercell here. It's not a very classic supercell. We have a nice rotation signature. And again, Noah, is this moving east or northeast? Because this looks like
they have it moving east at 20.
Okay, because I'm just looking at circulation here. Circulation does not look that great. Well, not great. It's just the way the rotation is moving, the storm movement is sort of strange to me. But again, this storm is trying to organize here. Let's go back to velocities. Let's back to velocities here. Reflectivity. This storm is definitely trying to organize here right now, especially on the southern sides of Arnett. Right now, that's where the storm is trying to get its act together. It's going to get its act together just to the south of Arnett. There's a very low wall. There's a wall cloud. We have a wall cloud with this storm now. And again, this storm is heading directly for our net. So you folks in our net, we want you to get safest place you know. Okay, safest place you know. We have the potential for a developing tornado. And Noah, we're using Frederick, aren't we?
Yeah, this is Frederick, and I'm about to switch over to Vance to see if it actually shows anything different. But the only issue with that is it's actually going to be showing the winds from the opposite direction, so it'll actually, I think, show up as mostly green. Matter of fact, here, I think we can switch. Let's see if I can. Actually, no, I think I'll have to switch it in just a second, but go ahead.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was just getting ready to say I'm about to switch it. And actually here, what I want to do is I do want to switch over to this, because this is from Amarillo, so it kind of gives you a different perspective a little bit, but it is still kind of far away from the actual radar site.
Yeah, but I can clearly make out. You can clearly make out what the red and green are, folks. That's your circulation, basically. And this is on Guardian Max here right now. So again, you folks that are right now in our net, safest place you know. Again, we want you in a small room on the lowest floor, near center, and away from windows. Nobody should be in a mobile home, and nobody should be in a vehicle at this time. Okay. Right now, again, this is moving off toward the east of 20. And I feel like this is going to be more it's going to scrape the southern sides of our net here. That's how I feel like this tornado, if the potential for a tornado, if it is, it's going to scrape the southern sides of our net. And so again, you folks right now that are in the city of our net, in points south and east, we want you to start getting in your safe spot right now. Get a small room on the lowest floor, in near the center and away from windows right now. Again, so there's going to be some big hail about to move into Woodward. So again, that's a heads up for you folks in Woodward. There's about to be some big hail, some big hail about to move into the city of Woodward right now. So again, you folks in Woodward, prepare for that. And if the circulation can hold together and tighten up and actually produce a tornado, we might have to start thinking about what we're going to do for you folks in Woodward with potential for a tornado. But again, that's a long ways away. But again, I like this radar view that we have from Amarillo here, because I can clearly think that's the area of circulation we're talking about right there. Where the green are, where the red are, that's where your circulation is, and that's where you need to be respecting it at the most. Again, a small room, get on the small room on the lowest floor, near away from windows. The circulation is going to be passing literally right over 283 right now, and so we want nobody traveling on 283 at this time. Nobody should be traveling on 283 right now. Again, if this storm continues on its path, we're going to be talking about Sharon Mutual Vicide. Sharon Mutual Vicide. So you folks in those areas, we want you to perk up here. Ooh, this is Vance. Yeah. Let's keep Vance on reflectivity most of the time here, but again, right now, reflectivity on Vance doesn't look the best right now. Let's keep it on Amarillo here for velocities. Right now, because this storm isn't a classic supercell. It's more, it's not a classic supercell. It's a more of an embedded supercell here. So let's zoom in on it here a little bit here. And again, it looks like the center of circulation is going to be sitting literally right on top of our net. Right now, again, our net's so small, we're just going to say the whole entire city of our net. The circulation is broad. It's not especially tight. When you get circulation to be tight, that's when we start having issues with the potential for tornadoes. The circulation is not especially tight. Oh, you got some cutter there. And again, the rotation product here isn't the best either. So again, I do have a feeling this tornado warning will be allowed to expire at 9 o'clock if things don't change. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue this severe thunderstorm warning and not have to come back here for tornado warnings. But again, we still want the city of Barnett to stay sheltered right now. We'll give you the all clear when we can. But again, folks, if this storm does continue on its path, the next potential cities we're going to have to worry about is going to be Sharon Mutual Vicide. Sharon Mutual Vicide. Those are going to be the areas we're going to have to worry about. Things don't change. And also, there's a storm near Hammond. That's going to be something I want to be talk. We're going to have to look at later on too. It's isolated and it's by itself. But again, this storm, it might be that one over Moreland. That's gonna be something I'm gonna keep an eye on too. Again, we have scattered storm development, and what that's leading to is that it's leading to not such a great ideal for a severe weather event right now. But again, also that storm near Woodward is also showing signs of. Noah, let's zoom in on that. Let's zoom in on Woodward. I know I just told you to do something different here, but let's zoom in on Woodward here. Noah, what's your thoughts on that? Because that's starting to show some signs of doing something here. Starting to show some signs of actually becoming a supercell.
I think you're right. If we can go, I'm going to switch radar sources here real quick because I want to use this one for just a second. I know this velocity signature looks confusing. If there's any place that there could be rotation in the storm, it would probably be in this area right back in here. If we can get, oh, here we go, right back in this area. And once you get into these little purple things, are basically where the radar is so far away that it really can't differentiate between what direction the particles are moving. So all that purple is kind of just a radar confusion. So whenever you have even these little gray and green ones are more of a these actually are telling you what direction stuff is actually moving. And so if there is any rotation in that storm, that's probably the most likely spot it would be. And we just had a scan of something. I don't know what it was. We gotta see the latest scan of velocities. It doesn't look like it's doing very much of anything. Elijah, back to you.
And I totally agree right now. The thing with this storm is what's going to happen is it's going to, and I like the. Let's go back over the Guardian HD. Let's go to Guardian HD here, and I feel like that's what we're going to have to look at to see that storm near Woodward. And again, I just want to talk about Woodward for a second here because Woodward is a pretty major population center here. Let's kick velocities on it. Again, what we're going to run into, we're going to run into a node. Yeah, let's and then put back on reflectivity. Yo, it's gonna be something. It's a developing supercell. I'll say that much. It's a developing supercell. The hail sizes are getting larger with this storm also. So you folks in Woodward, all I would say is keep an eye on this storm. That's what I would like to say to you folks in Woodward. Is keep an eye on this storm. I feel like it's trying to rope out. Then the hook got caught up in the rain. Now the hook is redeveloping, or is in the stage of redeveloping. So you folks in Woodward. Let's keep close tabs on that storm. We'll talk about that storm in a minute. Now, back to our tornado warning storm that we have. Again, sitting literally right over top of our net. And again, this storm is not a classic supercell. This is more of a not a very, very, very good supercell right now, but again, sitting literally over the city of Arnett. Right now, that's the area of circulation that we're talking about right now over Arnett. And this tornado warning goes until 9 o'clock, so we got 15 more minutes on this tornado warning. I do feel like...
Elijah,
yes.
Just one thing. If you live in Woodward, get your cars ready to shelter. There's large hail coming your way from the supercell that's producing some rotation from the tornado warning. So if you live in Woodward, get your cars inside right now.
Yeah, these hail sizes are coming up. They're coming up pretty fast. We were just talking about that just a second ago, how this mesocyclone is getting stronger. So you folks in Woodward, oh yeah, that hail core has gotten ungodly stronger in a short amount of time.
I think that little purple spot. This red spot is about 1.5 inches, and this purple spot in here is about 2.1 inches.
Okay. Ooh, wow.
Go ahead.
Another thing to note is that these tops, I don't know if my radar is maxing out, these are in 100,000 feet, like around that estimate right there. I don't know if my radar is maxing out. So when you get up to that height, that's when the hail starts to really accumulate. That's when it starts to get bigger and bigger. And that's when you have your softball size and much more in terms of that.
Exactly. Right now, so you folks in our net, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The circulation is falling apart. Looking at all the different ways, the directions, the rotation is falling apart. And I really, honestly, Noah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Woodward storm is taking control of the of our net storm. If you know what I mean, Noah.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I think that storm is starting to probably hog all the energy basically from that storm. Otherwise, this Woodward storm would be much weaker because it'd be probably basically being sucked into this Arnett storm. So I think this Woodward storm was stronger from the start than this Arnett storm. And so now the Woodward storm is basically pulling in all the energy from this other storm.
And like I said, punch on the velocities here, Noah, because I'm leading in something here. Uh, what's happening is the mesocyclone. Mesocyclone. What's happening is it's spinning, but it can't get really stronger. And what another thing could be happening too, Noah, and you know what I'm talking about here. There's a giant forest, and there's mountains and hills in the path of this radar site. So what's happening is what's happening is the radar is it cannot differentiate between those mountains, so it gives the storm's appearance that's none other. That's like none other basically. So again, it's a weird radar terminology here, but again, really the storm is a lot stronger than the radar is showing it, and the rotation is a lot stronger than the radar is showing it. But again, you folks that live in Woodward, prepare for a pretty decent hailstorm right now. And again, like I said, it's some rotation, yes. But again, this storm really isn't. I'm going to be honest with you. The mesocyclone is spinning, but it's not getting tighter. It's just spinning. It's spinning. Let's hope and pray it spins itself out.
Elijah, just to note, another thing that you have to worry about is flooding. We have already had 1 inches of rain reported in some of these storms right now. So just note the flooding risk and turn around and do not drown.
The thing I want to know too is that Woodward's had rain between every day this week, I think, almost. If I'm not mistaken, they've had rain every day this week. We had a storm on Monday that hit Woodward. We had another one did we have a storm on Tuesday? I don't remember. We've had so many storms. But again, that mesocyclone, again, like I said, it's spinning, but right now it hasn't, gotten to the concern of getting tighter. Really what it's doing is enhancing the health for you. Yes, Noah?
I was just getting ready to just point out the fact that there are some pretty strong wind gusts in the storm. I'm getting about 65 to almost 70. And this is about, I'm guessing, let's see, this is probably, if we zoom out here real quick, this is probably about 50, 55, 60 miles away from the radar site. So we're probably looking about maybe 2,000 feet above ground level. So this may be actually a little bit lower at the surface. So this may actually be in like the 55, 60 mile an hour range. But there is a risk for some damaging winds, but it's not as high as the.
I will say this, and yeah, what's going to happen is this hail comes in, it's going to be driving hail. Like, it's not going to come straight down. It's going to enhance the broken window risk. That's what it's going to really do. And again, like I said, the mesocyclone is there, folks. I can tell you. I can bring a third grader in here. It'll tell you, oh, look, there's rotation, red and green. It's not especially tight. That's the thing about this storm. It's not especially tight rotation, because there's a mesocyclone and it's broadly spinning, but what it's doing is keeping these rain droplets from falling. It keeps throwing them up and throwing them up and higher and higher and higher. And the longer it keeps it up there, the more coating of ice they accumulate on these rain droplets. So when they come down, there could be some pretty ungodly large hail with these storms here. Victor, is anything on your end?
No, not really. I was just waiting to see when they're gonna cancel this Arnett tornado warning, because this storm barely even exists anymore. So nothing really that new. No severe thunderstorm. No new severe thunderstorm warnings. Also, the Alta storm. Try paying some attention to that one. It doesn't look to be rotating or anything, but just keeping an eye out on that one. Back to you.
Okay. And like we said, again, let's go up to Buffalo here. Let's go up to Buffalo, because I think we might have the same issue with the driving wind issue. what's happening is the storm is blowing out, and so we're gonna get these gushes of wind coming out. Noah, look on that wind product, on that potential wind product on Max, and I want to know what you're looking at on that, because that could potentially be some very strong winds that we're picking up now.
Okay, here real quick.
Okay, reports of power lines down in south of Buffalo.
I don't doubt it. The winds are pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm looking at the velocities here, and the winds are really, really.
Whoa. I'm getting at the wrong. Well, maybe we're having just a little bit of not technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Let's switch radar sources. Here we go. We're about. Let's see.
While Noah is fixing that, we have 3 current severe thunderstorm warnings and 1 tornado warning. So just to give you perspective, these are all along western Oklahoma. We only have 2 counties that are not filled up with a severe thunderstorm warning. So just stay on guard because these storms are forming. And that county that doesn't have a severe thunderstorm warning, they have storms forming at this time. So just stay weather aware and make sure you have a way to get your warnings. So stick with us here at Oklahoma Weather Authority as we bring you the latest. Back to you, Noah.
All right, thank you. If I can, here we go. We got it fixed. Elijah, just to answer your question real quick, it's about 65, and then further south, there's some closer to 70, but it's not as high as I originally thought they could be. But there is some stronger winds in the storm. Something I wanted to point out there real quick is look at this. What do you think of this?
That's a cyclone. Like I said, it's spinning. But the fact of the matter is, there's nothing at ground level. It's going to be interesting what the National Weather Service does with that. I don't believe they'll probably do. I doubt it, really. 50% chance they probably will issue a warning, but at the same time, there's a 50% chance they probably won't issue a warning on that.
Also to note is that these storms are missing some of the low-level jet, and they haven't tapped into that potential energy from the low-level jet. So we're not going to get that low-level lock, but we're going to get the mid-level and upper-level rotation.
Exactly, and one thing to note is that the low-level jet is really starting to crank up now. Earlier than when we had these storms, they were shear-driven, they were low-topped, it was a mess today. Now these storms are really starting to come up with the low-level jet now. The low-level jet, it's there. Is it strong? You could debate on it. But again, the fact of the matter is this storm is coming up in intensity, and it's coming up in intensity in 2 ways. In hail, and damaging winds, and also in rotation. The mesocyclone is starting to strengthen now. So you folks in Wilbert and Moreland, especially Wilbert, you better start thinking about some things here, because it's not a tornado warning, but at the same time, it's something to take note of. The potential for a tornado is there. Yes, Noah?
No, I was just getting ready to point out. Let's see if we can switch back. The velocities from the other radar site, or the other. Well, actually, I am just gonna switch back over to Guardian HD, because this Max, I'm getting ready to show something real quick. Here we go. There's latest scan. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. You see the radar. The radar is kind of getting a little cluttered, I guess, because it's a little bit far away, and so you see these little gray pixels, like we were saying earlier. It's kind of the noise in between. But there probably are some higher wind gusts in there, probably in maybe 40, maybe upper 50s range.
And again,
Go ahead, Elijah.
Go ahead.
Another thing to note with this radar stuff is that in the rotation, it's spinning around, so it's picking up all this dirt, mosquitoes, which could be leading to radar blockage. So that's all I wanted to say. Go back to Elijah.
The one thing I want to mention here, for you folks in Selman, people are crazy to talk about Selman. Selman got almost taken off the map by an EF2 tornado back on November 16th. And I know there's a lot of fatigue about what happened. So right now, that hail core literally is going through Selman. And again, I'm pretty sure there was some very strong, that storm is really blowing out. So again, I just want to let you know, folks in Selman, that was not a tornado. That was some strong winds. There might be some straight line winds, 50 to 60 miles per hour. Again, nothing tornadic. And I know it's happening around this time, so I know you want to be weather aware. I know you want to be ready just in case, but again, I just want to let you know that right there is not a concern right now. A tornado with your storm is not a concern right now. So let's go back here. Oh, big deal.
Elijah,
Yes.
just wanted to point out, back south they have issued another severe thunderstorm warning. That includes Frederick and Tipton.
Okay. Thank you. Let's zoom in on that here. And these storms are ones that are struggling with the low-level jet issue. These are going to be the ones that are struggling with the low-level jet issue here. Let's switch over to Frederick here because we're ungodly far away from this. Let's see here. I know you probably switch on to Frederick right now. And what time does this warning go until? Victor, or whoever can get to it faster.
Oh, this goes up until 9:45.
Okay. Okay, it goes until 9:45. But again, for you folks, let me see. Oh, can I get to that? So you're gonna hear a beeping here for about another 2 seconds. Okay, but again, you folks again, Frederick, Tipton, Tipton, it's going to be south of that May 16th tornado track of last year. But you folks in Frederick, this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for you. And Noah, if you can, let's switch over to Frederick, please. You might be having computer issues. If you are, that's fine. But again, the severe thunderstorm warning goes until. I'm noting here there's a small funnel there on net. So I just want to mention that with you folks. For you folks on our net, there's a small funnel I'm noting here. Right now, so we'll keep an eye on that here. But again, for you folks that live in our net, let's zoom in on that storm, Noah. Let's zoom back on it on that storm. Because let's go over the velocities. Let's get the velocities and let's take a look at this because let's pan down a little bit to the south because the banner is in the way. Okay, there's a small funnel and it's nothing major, but again, something to watch here. Let's zoom out. There's another storm of concern now. I'm going to be. Let's zoom out here. There's more storms that are back to the south. They're going to be north of I-40 here. Let's look at this storm here. That's moving into Oklahoma here along Interstate 40. Yeah, this could be some very ungodly large hail with this storm there. Rain, Mackey, Cheyenne. You folks are going to be in for some very large hail. With these storms right there, and let's go ahead and let's punch them off. These is to make sure. Right now, that might be our next storm of concern. If we do have a tornado warning, we would come right back here. Right now, again, I doubt they're going to extend that tornado warning. So let's go back on there and check on Woodward again. Again, that's for you folks in Rain and Cheyenne. There's a storm that could be producing some very large hail that holds together and be moving into Rain and Cheyenne. So let's zoom back in on this. Woodward, and the hail core has died, unless that. Oh yeah, this storm is falling in on itself. I don't even want to check the velocities because I already know what it's going to look like a mess. Here, let's just go ahead and, for the fun of it, let's look at it here. But again, I'm pretty sure this storm is falling apart here as we speak. Oh, let's zoom in on this, Noah. Let's zoom in. I'll tell you this, and I'm going to be making this for reference. Let's zoom in a little bit more tight. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter. I'm going to get some street names off for you folks. This is going to be coming right down Main Street in Woodward. The middle cyclone is wrapped up in rain. Again, I want to express to you folks in Woodward, this is not a tornado. This is what spawned your large hail. You've got about quarter-size hail now, or smaller. This is going to be the mesocyclone responsible of that, and that's going to be passing through downtown Woodward, just south of Woodward High School, around the police department. The police department sits right where the D is at in Woodward. the first D in Woodward is where it says Wood. That's where the police department sits. The county courthouse is going to be sitting where the W is, and that mesocyclone is going to pass literally right through downtown Woodward. It's not a tornado warning. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. Victor, have they allowed? Sorry, I have a sinus infection and things are not working my way today. Victor, have they allowed the tornado warning for Ellis County to expire?
Yes, they have allowed the tornado warning to expire.
Okay, so right now we are currently working no more tornado warnings. So if we do have something we need to watch, we'll immediately come right back again. We got some hailers out there for you folks in southwestern Oklahoma. You folks in southwestern Oklahoma. Okay, they've just issued a new tornado warning. Okay, NOAA, let's pan out. NOAA, let's pan out here. They've issued a brand new tornado warning. This was totally unexpected here. Victor, get me the information on this. Get me the information on this warning here if you can.
The warning was issued for the Woodward storm, correct?
No, this is going to be issued for the same storm we just got done.
Oh yeah. Until 9:45, Ellis and Woodward counties, moving east at 20 miles per hour.
Okay, so again, let me just tell you right now, this does not include Fort Supply, this does not include Woodward, this does not include Sharon, this does not include Neutral, Quinlan, Moreland, this does not include North Woodward, this does not include on toward the areas on the panhandle of Woodward County, this does not include none of you. Downtown, you know, it's kind of a coincidence, I just got them talking about the mesocyclone that is literally passing over downtown Woodward. This is not for that storm, this is for a storm that is farther south of you. Closer to Sharon than it is to Woodward. So again, let's zoom in on this thing. Okay, folks, let's zoom in on this. Let's go over to Guardian HD. Here, whoever's transitioning issues right now. And let's pan a little bit to the south. The banner's in the way.
Just to update you guys, the time is 9:03. This is May 26, 2016. We are currently updating on the situation as unfolding for Ellis County. Back to you, Elijah.
Okay. Right now, again, we do want to continue right now. We do have, again, like you just said, tornado warning. Again, this for issue for Ellis and Woodward counties. I do want to mention this tornado warning includes Harmon. Right now, it includes Harmon. Again, you clearly see the circulation right now. This is the east of Arnett, between Arnett and Harmon. So you folks that live between Harmon, it's going to be just a little bit to the north, 62 or 63. I keep getting those mixed up. Is it 62 no or 63? Okay, I think it's 63, if I'm not mistaken.
It is 60.
Oh, it's 60?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I was way off. Okay, so this is State Highway 60. Circulation is going to be about 1, 2. Well, it's really the circulation. The center of circulation is going to be about 2 or 3 miles to the north of 63. 63 takes you right into Harmon. So again, it's going to be a little bit to the south of Harmon. Center of circulation is going to be northwest of Harmon here. But again, clear-cut indication of a possible potential for a tornado. This is the east of Arnett. And again, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out just a little bit here. And again, I want to think something here. For you folks in Woodward, this is moving east at 20, and it's becoming nighttime, and I'm becoming extremely concerned here for 2 reasons. And Noah, you can agree with me on this. 1, the low-level jet is starting to kick in. 2, the storm is starting to strengthen the rotation. That's the best I've seen the rotation all evening. 3, I know I keep saying, folks in Woodward, you know, if you didn't work that event, you don't know nothing about it. You don't know what folks in Woodward went through either. It was nighttime, 12 o'clock in the morning. It was disastrous, and I know a lot of people have fatigue about this deal. But again, you folks in Woodward, this does not include you for the time being. But again, I'm becoming extremely concerned about you folks in Woodward because this circulation continues to go on a more northerly track. It continues to go on a more northeasterly track, northeasterly track, and that would put you in the more of the line, in the cone of danger. So you folks in Woodward, stay on guard. It might pass slightly to the south of you. Let's hope and pray it passes literally this way south of you. But again, you folks in Harmon and Harmon, definitely stay in a safe spot right now. That could be we might have a developing tornado right now. That could be a developing tornado, literally not too far away from here. And we're looking at Vance, correct? I can see that's Vance. I can tell that's Vance. Never mind. I'm becoming extremely more concerned. That could be a developing tornado, folks. That could be a developing tornado in the mesocyclone, and I just listened to a storm tracker say the mesocyclone is strengthening. Mesocyclone is strengthening as we speak. So again, this is a extremely dangerous situation now for you folks that live in Harmon, coming over toward Harmon. You folks in Harmon, safest place you know. We have the potential for a developing tornado right now. Noah, take over just a second here. Just a second. If you're able to. If not...
Okay. Yeah, I think what you were saying, Elijah, is pretty spot on. The low-level jet is going to start becoming more of an influence in the next hour or two. I do want to switch over though to
Noah.
Go ahead.
Could you go to Roger Mills County? On velocity, go to Roger Mills County on velocity. Alright, so we are tapping into nocturnal energy, which is the nocturnal jet, and we are now receiving all this lift and the shear and all that, and the rotation for us to get that red and green that's put together. As you can see in the radar near Allison, we're getting that broad rotation there, and that is now beginning to kind of tighten up. We need to watch that storm right there, as well as the tornado warning storm near Ellis County. Back to you.
That actually is a really good point. I actually did just see that just a second ago, and I was going to point that out. But you got to it before me, which is good. I do want to. We are actually going to switch over to Max because Max is actually. I have on level 3 data with Max, so it's kind of easier to maneuver between the storms. If we can switch it, there we go. Real quick, just an update for the people down here. Possible severe storm, or I guess not possible, but a severe thunderstorm moving through southwestern Oklahoma. You have another severe storm down here. I guess this one goes until 9:30. I have no idea why. For some reason, the cities are not showing up on this radar system. But then you have, I think, Victor, you were just getting ready to point this out, this storm going between Sayre and Elk City. But like Malik just pointed out, this storm right here is starting to rotate a little bit stronger. And you can kind of tell with the way this storm looks, just how smooth it is in the front. Otherwise, it'd be all ragged and ugly looking. But that one looks like it is starting to try to intensify and kind of put a root down and start to turn east with the mesocyclone. But we do still have this tornado warning for far northwestern Oklahoma. This is just south of Fargo, a little bit southeast of Gage. We're using Frederick's radar site, and things are looking a little bit better from the other side, from looking at Vance. I know we were looking probably up a little bit higher from Vance, but this looks a little bit better. There's not as bright. Whenever you see the bright reds and bright greens together, is when you start to get worried. Like Malik was saying, whenever you start seeing the more of the colors kind of intertwining with each other is when you should worry. But right now we kind of have the darker colors mixed together, which kind of hints at the fact that it may be trying to strengthen, but it hasn't been able to successfully do that completely just yet. Malik, you want to say anything real quick?
No, you basically pinpointed everything that needs to be said. We need to watch the storm that is near Ellis County as well as the other storms as we tap into that nocturnal energy, as you just said. And these are starting to rotate now. And as you can see, an indicator of rotation is the hail. So if you have large hail, you need to start watching these storms. And large hail is being reported with every single one of these storms that we have had right now. Elijah, you guys need to say?
No, you guys basically said everything I need to say right now. But again,
real quick, Elijah. Malik did point out this rotation a second ago, and I do want to switch actually to level 2 on Max. Look at this real quick. This actually is getting pretty strong. A minute ago, when we were looking at here, if we switch over to velocity, here we go. We switch to this one real quick too, just to show the difference between what the radar sites are telling us. This is from Vance. This is from Vance, and then switching back over to Frederick. This is how Frederick looks. And Frederick, I think Vance is having to, number one, it's looking really far away, and number two, you have quite a few storms in the path. So like you were talking about, whenever the radar beam can't quite reach all the way or gets blocked, basically the radar beam is being attenuated, so the radar cannot see, or the beam reflects back before it can get all the way to the storm. So I think Frederick looks a little bit better because it's a little bit closer, but this storm does need to be watched very carefully. Thank you, Elijah.
I totally agree with you folks, you two. That looks like a scary looking signature. Again, for you folks in Raiden, Cheyenne, Strong City, that's going to be a storm that needs to be watched carefully. Don't be surprised in about maybe 20 minutes or so, after 4 or 5 volume scans, the National Weather Service considers a tornado warning for you folks in Raiden, Cheyenne, Strong City, and Hammond. And like we said, the low-level jet is really starting to crank up, and when it cranks up, and there's no turning down. It's not turning down. It's like turned down for what? It's not turning down for nothing. So again, you folks that live in Raiden, heads up for you. Folks in Strong City, Cheyenne, perk up, because that signature is coming up, and it's coming up mighty fast. Oh yeah, that signature is coming up mighty fast. So you folks in Cheyenne, Strong City, over toward Hammond, you better start thinking about what you're going to be doing here, because this circulation does look to be coming up, and the storm is also becoming more in the way of a classic looking supercell. Now let's so you folks in Raiden, Cheyenne, Strong City, over toward Hammond, start considering what you're going to do in case of a tornado. And I see forfeit coming, a tornado warning coming very soon for you folks right now. So again, you folks in the path of this deal, make sure you start thinking about your safe spot right now. Again, there's no official tornado warning yet. Let's see here. Okay, no official tornado warning yet. But again, I'm looking here. I'm in a continuous private chat with the National Weather Service. And then at any point, did they decide to pull a trigger on a tornado warning? They will, but right now I've not gotten any information. Only latest thing I've gotten is that they're saying tornado possible with storm 4 miles northeast of Arnett, moving east at 20 miles per hour. That was the last thing I've gotten from them at this point. Right now, so again, you folks are Raiden. Okay, so again, I'm listening to KFOR. Just let me throw this out here again. Reports of a brief funnel now being reported near Raiden right now. Again, you folks, Raiden. Let's go ahead. Let me say this. Just go ahead and start thinking about what you're gonna do for a safe spot. You got some, Noah? You have something, Noah?
Oh no, I'm over here just looking between some of the radar products, looking to see if anything has changed. I think the newest scan from the live radar from Guardian is going to come in just a minute, and I do want to see what this does, because if it does strengthen it, then that probably would give us a hint of whether or not the National Weather Service is going to issue a tornado warning or not.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like I said, they have not pulled the trigger on it. But you folks in Cheyenne, Raiden, Harmon, Strong City, all of those locations, they have yet to pull the trigger on the tornado warning. But again, right now we are watching the storm very carefully right now. So, guys, let's go back on our tornado warning storm here, because that's our main focus. But again, for you folks in Raiden, Cheyenne, Strong City, over toward, those in surrounding small communities, take consideration that that storm is showing some signs of trying to rotate now. Let's go on this storm here. And right now, Noah, mute your mic here. Right now, Noah, let's switch to the velocity data. Let's punch the velocity data. Let's pan a little bit to the south. It's in the banner. Right now, let's pan to a little bit to the south. Let's go back to velocities. Here's okay, there we go. And I still see potential for what could be probably what I believe that type of signature. And again, understand we're looking really far away from the radar site. But what I believe is what we're looking at here is what we might have is happening is we might have, and we might have what could be what's going on is probably a very strong rotating mesocyclone with a wall cloud. But right now, this storm is somewhat not interacting with that low level shear. So let's hopefully, prayerfully, let's get this tornado warning out of the way. Whether it be canceled or it goes to the expiration date, and let's hopefully and prayerfully don't have another tornado warning issue. We don't like tornado warnings, folks. Unless you're a storm tracker, then you love them. But I know people don't like tornado warnings, and it's a stress on everybody. So again, right now, for you folks in Harmon, this is going to include you here. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties here. Okay. Right now. So again, yeah, let's take the broad view. Okay, wait, they're doing something with the warning here. Okay, they're trimming off the warning. Here, I foresee this tornado warning ending here quite fast. I really do here. So Noah, if we can, that's the broad view there. Yeah, we got a line of severe storms right now in western Oklahoma that are slowly, but yet are progressively trying to move to the east. Whether they make it to Oklahoma City, that's questionable. Very, very questionable. But again, for you folks in northwestern Oklahoma, storms are strong. They are severe. Again, large hail, damaging winds, main threats. Right now, tornado warning for southwestern Wilbert County until 9:45. And more than likely, that's going to be more of a what time deal is that going to be? More of a what's it called? More of a 9:30 deal. Okay, no, we're gonna do something really, really different. I want to switch over to the Malik Stream. Let's switch over to Malik Stream because he's looking at a product that all these news channels say, oh, we're the only ones who have this available to us. That they really don't. But let's keep that between ourselves. So Noah, if we can, let's let me see here. If you're not presenting him, let's do that. If you can put him as the screen that we're showing. If not, let's do so. But what he's looking at here is he's looking at the rotation, and he's looking at something called shear rate. And this product allows us to enable us to see the shear. It's just like normalized rotation. This is a product available to. It used to only be available to news stations. Now it's available to all of us. So now we have it too. So it's not just this channel the only one has available to us. We also have available to shear rate. And again, that's the area of circulation with that storm. And Malik, you're using Vance, aren't you? Or what radar site are you using to see this?
Yes, I'm using Vance.
Okay. So you're looking at Vance here, and again, that area of circulation again is not. Crazy strong. Here, no, they issued a new tornado warning because it does seem like to me something happened. Let me check. I haven't gotten anything on my chat here. So
I'm not seeing anything different, so I think the tornado warning they're probably going to let either run all the way out or they're probably going to cancel within the next 10 or 15 minutes. But there haven't been any new warnings issued, I don't think.
Okay, thank you. But again, he's looking at, and yeah, like I said, Malik's looking at this shear, it's a product called shear rate, and it's basically it takes the velocities, and what it's doing, it's looking at the wind, and it looks like the spin in the storm, and really what's happening is that it's suggesting that the radar system is suggesting that the circulation is still, the main piece of the circulation is still back off in Texas. Is that the latest radar scan, or this one was new?
That's the latest.
Okay, so it's still suggesting that the main circulation is still in Texas, but again, we still got these shear markers going off still, and you can just see BTI, that stands for Barron Tornado Index, of a 5, and so that's a scale that goes from 1 to 10. Okay.
Elijah.
Yeah, tornado warning. I see it.
Yeah, they're actually reported. It's on the ground actually right now.
Okay. So let's go. Let's switch back over to your radar site here. Let's go back over to Let's switch back over to Guardian next. Okay, tornado on the ground. Let's go. Let's zoom out. I'm sorry, I'm about to talk too fast. Let's go. Let's pan south. Let's pan south.
Right here. It's right here. It's right here.
Which storm?
Harmon.
Oh yeah. Let's zoom in on it. Let's zoom in. Yeah, this storm tightened up really fast. This storm. This is the storm I was expecting tornado warning to go die on here. You folks in Sharon, and surrounding locations. Let's go ahead and let's continue to safe spot. Woodward. If you live south of downtown Woodward, I want you sheltered. Okay, so if you live in South Woodward, I want to go. If you live south of downtown Woodward, south of Main Street, let's go and get you in your shelters. Right now, Sharon Mutual, I want you sheltered. Vicei, let's go and get you in your shelter. We're not going to take any chances with you either. Let's get all you folks in this area sheltered right now. I don't want to take Malik's stream yet. I just want to look here, Malik. Pan that rotation thing south. This is just for me to look at. Now let's pan south here. You might be running into your rotation. Okay, and there's definitely the circulation is definitely the strongest right in that location. Okay, so that's what it looks like on that. Right now, that's where it looks like the strongest rotation is going to be. It's literally right over that area. So if you folks that live south of Woodward, Woodward proper, I'm gonna be honest with you. Woodward, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I'm trying to think here. Let's go ahead and get you. Well, let's go ahead and say this is probably going to miss you. It's moving east, northeast. It's moving more due east than it is northeast. So, again, you folks in Sharon, I want you to go ahead and get yourself folks sheltered right now. I want to go ahead and get you folks in a tornado shelter right now. Noah, okay, there you go. Okay, so we're looking at two different Eric shear products here. I'm looking at both of them. And both of them are not very impressive. But again, Noah, switch on to your velocities. I want to see your velocities. This looks more like a developing tornado, and like we said, the rotation signature is usually a lot weaker on this radar system, so we can't really give you a rough estimate of how strong the tornado is. But again, this tornado is on the ground. We've heard, so we're gonna change the tornado down. So you folks in Sharon, let's go to our safe spot right now. Okay, Sharon. Let's go to our safe spot right now. This storm is coming up in intensity. Right now. So again, you folks, right now.
Take mine.
Okay, yeah. Let's take Malik's stream here. He's using something called the Barron button here. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm looking at his. Two. Here, yeah. If we're not, yeah. Are we presenting Malik Noah? Because what we have here is that we have a potential for a classic supercell here, and click on the. Let's look at the storm attributes on this on your system, Malik. Let's look at this. Let's look at the storm attributes. BTI of a 5, so that's a 50% chance that there could be a tornado. Okay, so 50% chance of a tornado being there right now. So you folks are sharing. Let's go ahead and get you in your safe spot right now. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get you in a small room on the lowest floor, nearest center, and away from windows. Again, this will be coming up over towards some pretty major highways here. Now let's go back over to Noah's. Let's go back over to Guardian HD here. So let's go. What radar? You just switch the color tables. If let's switch the color tables back here. But again, and Noah, you're gonna kill me for saying this, but I think this is gonna be a case where this is going to be a low cape, high shear event tonight. And why that I mean is that the cape is lower, but the shear is what's going to be more intense. I feel like that's what's going on, because this is the way these storms are moving and the way they look. No, I feel like this is going to be a case. This is going to be a low cape, high shear event. What are your thoughts?
I think that actually may be true somewhat. I do know the Cape values do seem like they get a little bit weaker. They do get a little bit weaker when you get up here. So I think the shear probably is actually doing something that makes it a little bit more powerful. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna switch radar things for you real quick, Elijah. Real quick.
Okay. Whoever's about to say something, you can say it. But right now, again, you folks in Sharon, we want you to go ahead and take this seriously.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Just to note, near Enid, my radar is pinpointing 8 inches of rain. If you can take mine.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's pinching 8 inches. I don't know if that's maybe an overestimate or something, but again. That might not be an overestimate, because yesterday we had that storm that was literally parked over North Enid, and that thing dropped an ungodly amount of rain. So that wouldn't be a shocker. It was heavy rain. It was in a short amount of time too. So again, you folks in the path, you folks up North Enid, you're probably dealing with flooding still right now. But again, like I said, this is more of a case of a low cape, high shear. And what that means is that the shear is what's driving these storms. These are shear-driven storms, and which means they're moving with the direction of the shear. Which means that usually we have higher cape, and the storms they just go and they're just there. They're just going on with their own business. And they can turn right of the mean flow. Well, this storm, since they're shear-driven and low cape, that means the storms actually have to go in the mean flow. It can't veer right of the mean flow, or else it dies.
Elijah, take my radar.
Okay, and hopefully you're looking at Frederick, Malik.
Yeah, he's on. We're showing yours, Malik.
Okay. Are you on Frederick, Malik? Because if you are, if you can switch on to Frederick.
This is national winds. Like, this is national.
Ooh, yeah. What you're looking here? Let me switch here. I know I'm just gonna switch to my thing real quick, but this may be actually a big hook. Let me switch to my thing real quick. I'll show you. Elijah, what do you think of this?
Where? South of Vernon or in? Punch velocities, and like I said, folks, these are shear-driven storms, which means, and Noah and Malik, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but these are really basically traditionally the low-top supercells. Yeah, that might be more of a gust front, but I do see potential for a tornado warning to be issued with that storm, though. I do see potential for that. Let's hope and pray that we don't end up with the Frederick site, going out on us here. But Noah, let's zoom out. Depending on what site are you using here, who are we looking at? Are we looking at Malik's or are we looking at you? I don't know.
We're looking at mine.
Okay, zoom out. Now let's zoom in on that storm that's near Vernon. Texas. Now this is gonna be something interesting to note. Let's zoom in on this, and this is what's gonna prove my theory here. Noah and Malik, you see these things too. That's a cough cough, my type of favorite supercell here, and we clearly can see here. Brand new tornado warning now for Roger Mills County here. Is that correct?
We're about to find out.
Tornado warning now for Roger Mills County.
Yep, this one right here. Got it.
It just popped in on us here. So again, this would be for rain. This is the storm we were just talking about. I take it this goes until 10 or 10:15.
This one's gonna be until 10.
Okay, thankfully it's gonna be a 30-minute warning here. But again, circulation is gonna be sitting literally over top of Raiden. Let's switch let's not switch to radar sites. Let's not do that. But again, you folks in Raiden, we want to continue with you and your tornado safe plates right now. So again, we're working potentially 3 tornado warnings. I know confirmed 2, but again, we're watching that storm south of Frederick right now for the potential of a tornado. Again, for you folks right now, I'm trying to see here. Right now, you folks in Raiden, just slightly to the east of Raiden here, we want you to go ahead and get in your safe spot right now. Let's go ahead and get you in your safe spot right now. Again, that's going to be a small room on the lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows. And goodness gracious, how many shear markers do we have on this deal, Malik? Good God. Depending on what
This is looking at from Frederick. Yes, Frederick.
Goodness gracious. I've never seen that many shear markers on this system at one given time.
Let me switch real quick because my velocity just kind of turned pink on me. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, if we're still looking at Noah, let's keep it Noah's here. And Noah, you got a rotation signature on yours too. Again, you folks right now, if you live in Raiden or Points East.
I think this is it right here. This is probably where they're calling the warning right in here.
And there's 2 areas of circulation. I want to note that right now, and that's what Malik's radar is showing too. That's what the Baron radar is showing. There's 2 areas of circulation. Look up to your north. Yes, he's 2 of them.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes.
All right. So here's what we have now. We have 2 rotations, one near Raiden and one just west of Leedy. The distance between the first rotation, which is just west of Leedy, is approximately 18.2 miles. So Leedy, you need to be watching out for some rotation potential tornado. These tornadoes have been on the ground, and we may or may not have had confirmed tornadoes tonight. We just don't know until the sun comes up. So you can't take these tornadoes with a grain of salt. You have to get on the ground when tornado warnings are issued.
Okay. But again, you folks right now, again, you live in Raiden and Points East. We want you in your safe spot right now. No, if you got some information, go ahead. Oh boy, this is not looking like a really good thing right now for you folks in Raiden here. On both radar systems, it suggested that there's so much rotation here. Okay, large funnel coming to the ground, possibly. You folks, it doesn't matter what part of this warning you are in.
All right. So, sorry to interrupt, Elijah. Go ahead. All right. So, here's what we have now. if you're looking at my cursor right now, you can see where the shear markers are. We have one rotation. It is broad, but we do have reports of funnels coming in right now. The second rotation is near Raiden and points east. So that means Cheyenne, this could be something that you need to look at and maybe watch. The rotation right here on my cursor is just near, or just northeast of Raiden, but just northwest of Cheyenne. So Cheyenne, you need to watch out. Potentially, if we're looking off of Butler, potentially False Reservery and Leedy, and places like, if I take this out more, places like Arapahoe, if this storm does try to continue itself. Back to you, Elijah.
Okay, right now, you folks right now, you have on let's see, let's keep on your radar site here for a second. Here, I want to note something here. Like I said, these are shear-driven storms. You know what I mean by that? And again, the low-level jet is what is happening. The low-level jet is carrying these storms to the stairway to heaven or wherever it's going. And so you folks right now, they live in Strong City points east. Strong City and locations around here. You folks in the areas, there's two potential circulations. And the second one is...
Elijah, do you know how fast this is going?
Not exactly.
I'm going to put it at 20 miles per hour.
I know it's going to appear black, but yes, you have to wait for those moments where it illuminates it. If we start to see a lower, we're going to take that full screen, okay, if we can, control room. But in the meantime, I want to point out where this possible circulation is. Again, I know you're seeing just the red and the green. That's showing just the wind going towards and away from the radar, and that's how we determine where that area of circulation is located. So if we could zoom in even closer to that area of circulation, it kind of looks like there's two small areas of circulation. There are two areas of circulation. Yeah, we can keep Aaron's mic up so
right now,
he can chime in when needed.
we still need to get a spot. Again, we live in Strong City on the north side. Malik, mute your mic. Mute your mic.
All right.
Right now, you folks in the path of these deals here. There's two circulations and another one. Right now, yeah, that lead circulation is getting tighter. There's two areas, they're warning on the southern circulation, but the northern circulation looks to be getting tighter. So you folks right now, southern Ellis County, South Arnett, way South Arnett here, start thinking about what you're going to do in case of a tornado, because the velocities are coming up right now. They're coming up quite vigorously.
I'll be right back. My computer just lost internet connection. Got to go reset some stuff. I'll be right back, and we'll get the Bear ThreatNet radar back up. You can see some of the shear values and all that. In 1 minute.
Okay. Right now, both these rotations are coming up quite fast here. You know, this 20 warning goes until 10. Hopefully, this is not going to be an extended warning here. But again, you folks right now, north of Strong City, we want you to be in a safe spot right now. We want you to be in a small room on the lowest floor, near the center and away from windows. Let's drop south. Yeah, let's drop south here and take a look at this other storms we have down here. Here, let's put on reflectivity. And again, there's a big, broad area. Yeah, Noah, is this storm becoming outflow dominant?
It looks like it might be, but this kind of looks like the same signature we saw back during the Tifton tornado. So I mean, not to say that there's an actual tornado on the ground. I'm just saying it looked like this for a short period of time, and then ended up producing a tornado. I think we're gonna let the little sweep come around and see if it actually changes anything. But yeah, I think this one is starting to actually just, like you said, become a little bit more outflow dominant and not really produce as much of a tornado threat.
Okay, right now again, that storm. Let's drop a little bit more to the south. I want to take a look at this thing near. I want to see here. Let's drop a little bit to the south here. I want to take a look at that storm that's in Texas still. And again, the Cape is not this. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. This is a low top supercell. That's a classic low top look, and you folks out to burn and the Voss. This is like I said, classic low top supercell look, and usually we don't see these type of things until December or so. But again, we've had the lifting mechanism, and there's not that much cape for these storms to work with. So what it's doing is working with the shear, and the shear is just basically spinning these storms up with the shear. And so what's happening? These are not very tall storms anymore. Especially the newer one with the individual cells right now. Right now, let's zoom in a little. Let's collect the reflectivity here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. It's a classic looking low top hook here. Classic little quick echo looking thing here. Oh yeah, that's a classic looking cell look right there. Not very large, not that much hail with that storm either. And again, it continues on its path. It's going to be moving due east, and it might try to. If it continues to hold together, it could graze southern Oklahoma, far southern Oklahoma here. So you folks in far southern Oklahoma, go ahead and start being weather aware. Right now, let's go back to our tornado warning storm now. So let's look over our tornado warning storm that we have. Here, and again, this is it. And let's go to velocities.
One news station, I'm not going to say the names of them, but one news station, heard them in the background saying that they extended the tornado watch. If anybody could check up on that, that would be just glorious. I don't know how long they extended it to, or if they extended it east, but they did something to it.
Okay, let me check the Storm Prediction Center for that. I'll see if they have. Let me check here. Let's see here.
Oh, they extended the tornado watch till midnight.
Yeah, previously, yeah, okay. They basically extended the time.
Right.
Okay, yeah, they're not going to extend it any longer. Okay. So basically, what they're doing is that the tornado warning, the tornado watch was until 10. Okay, that makes perfect sense. They're going to extend it till midnight here, and the National Weather Service has authority over doing that. They can change the times, and they can add counties and take away counties, but they can't create up a whole brand new tornado watch until a certain time. The local counties, the local offices can change the time and can't extend the time of the watches and add and take away counties as needed. But issuing brand new watches, they cannot do that right now. So for right now here, let's zoom in. Okay, we still have this hook. Let's go to velocity data here. And no, if you have something to say here, I'm sorry if I'm talking here. So here, no, if you have anything to say, I'm sorry, I haven't taken up the time to say it here.
Nope, I'm good. You keep on going. You're doing good.
Okay. Again, this North Strong City here. That's the Ellis Roger Mills County line right there. And oh yeah, there's a hook wrapping up in that storm. Okay. This mesocyclone's really up and running there. It's just right south of where it says Max in the radar name Guardian Max. Let's zoom in on that a little bit here. Just under the top of the banner. Yeah, right in there. You can see Noah, you can see how the red is coming back on itself. Let's zoom in on that. That's
Can we take my radar?
Okay, we'll take yours in a second here. Noah, pan south. Okay, wait, pan north. Pan up. Yeah, pan up north. Okay, perfect. Okay, that you had rain in the pink is coming around. That's where your tornado is going to be located. Located literally right there. That does not hold. That's not a debris ball. But that might be just another level tilt, radar tilt here. But again, let's go over to Malik's radar. Let's go over to Baron here for just a second here. Look at that ungodly. Wow. Whew. Good grief. Holy, how many shear markers is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shear markers, and it's perfectly indicating that there's 2 potential areas of circulation. Again, this the one of them that just crossed over or is currently crossing over 183 right now. The other one is just going to be to the west of Leedy, southwest of Camargo. That's where the next area is going to be at. So again, we got two clear-cut indications of tornadoes right now. And again, right now we got two clear-cut indications here. Again, right now, let's push velocities if we can, Noah, whichever radar we're showing here. There, Noah, I want to see the level 2 velocities.
We're looking at. Well, actually, we're streaming the actual his shear rate is what we're doing right now. Do we want?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what the tornado can be at. Let's zoom in on that, Noah. Malik, excuse me, Malik. Let's zoom in on that. Okay. What highway is that going? Right, it's gonna be the intersection right there. That's gonna be 183. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
For some reason, it just kind of lagged down on me. Give me a minute to process. For some reason, my computer's been acting up all day.
Okay, so mute your mic. That's going to be, I think that's going to be 183. That might be, I'm not sure what radar site is that going to be right there, but again, that's going to be 183 to the west of that. Again, the potential for the tornado is going to be sitting literally right over that area. Again, that's where the shear is maximized at right now. So again, you folks that live in Leedy, Camargo, Points East, we want you to go and get into a tornado-safe place right now. Again, that's a small room on the lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows right now. But again, you folks, that's a very mean-looking signature. That was not a nice. Okay, let's zoom out. You're looking at storm relatively to these girls old school. It's oriented to me here. So let's zoom out.
This is Baron Button right here.
Okay. So again, it's the Baron Button here.
Let me
maximize for more. Oh no, if you had something to say, I'm sorry.
No, I just hit mute my mic. We have 70 mile per hour wind at the center of the rotation, so there's obviously something in there that's happening, but we cannot confirm it quite yet.
Okay. Right now, oh wow, what's going on south of Ellis County? What is going on? Let's switch. If we're not on Guardian Max, let's switch over to Guardian Max. Oh wow, that is very. That might be something wrong with the radar. Right now, but again, we're right now watching two potentials of a rotation. Lay right over roll. And again, this will be moving off toward northeast here. And again, if you live in Leedy, go ahead and get to that safe spot, because I have a feeling they're going to extend this warning here. Here, I'm looking at the data that I have coming in here. And again, they're still continuing with a tornado possible on the ground. 5 miles now east of Roll. That's a new update. So east of Roll now, they're saying tornado on the ground, possibly on the ground east of Roll right now. So again, you folks that live east of Roll, continue your tornadoes. Take the precautions right now. This could be this is a dangerous storm. Again, it's capable of producing a tornado at any given point right now. Let's drop south. Oh, okay. So, has the tornado warning been? What's going on with the tornado warning, Noah? Noah,
I'm sorry. I was just going to point out real quick. There are no longer any more severe thunderstorm warnings up in northwest Oklahoma. It's just you have just these two. You have these two severe warnings, like for Sealing, Bi-Cyclo, Camargo, Leedy, just north of Cheyenne, and a little bit back west. Those are the only two. Well, actually, no. There may be still a warning down on the storm south. Yeah, they have that one going east. So yeah, these are actually, there's 3 warnings in the state right now. But yeah, it's this storm looks like it is actually going to be the main show for the rest of the evening. Back to you, Elijah.
Okay, yeah, this storm here, I'm kind of disoriented by it right now. I saw all that severe thunderstorm warning. I was about to jump with joy that they canceled all the tornado warnings here. But again, you folks right now, if you live, oh wow, my voice is cracked. I am 15, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you folks, Eastern Roll, heading up toward Leedy. We want you to safe spot right now. Again, that's a small room on the lowest floor near the center and away from windows. Nobody should be in a mobile home. Nobody should be in a vehicle here. Again, these 2 areas of circulation. Let's zoom in on
Elijah.
Yes.
Take my radar and look at the storm near Woodward. It's near Highway 183. There's a mean little signature right there. It's a really small storm, but there's kind of a little hook, if you will, there.
Punch velocities.
Alright.
Here. Here. Again, folks want to leave. Stay in a safe spot. That's a very scary looking signature here. You can stop the Woodward, you said?
Yes, I'm switching sites right now. Give me just 1 minute.
Okay. Right for timing, you folks near Leedy. Getting safest place you know.
Okay, if we can go down to southwestern Oklahoma real quick, Aaron, that'd be great. We are looking at.
I'm trying to see here. I'm just doing a thing here.
Near Frederick, so
A news station is reporting power lines down near Frederick. Let's go ahead.
Let's
go ahead.
It's KFOR. We're not gonna hide it. It's KFOR that said it. There's no need hiding it. They just say KFC on KWTV, so we're not even gonna hide it. But you folks right now.
Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to...
No, what? Let's drop south. No, let's drop south. Here.
There's kind of a little hook, but I'm not really...
Zoom in on that. I might have a feeling this might be the next storm here of the day. Yeah. Okay, now punch velocity. Okay, now what I feel like happened was when this storm produces outflow boundary, its outflow winds, that's what it was. I don't believe it was a concentrated area of rotation. But what's fun to notice that the red is bowing out, and we're going to watch those green pixels that come in. That's going to be the inflow winds and the outflow winds turning together. That's what we got to watch for a tornado possibility. Heading over toward Walters, south of Chattanooga, south of Faxon, south of Geronimo, south of the warning tower in Comanche County. That's all the areas that we are going to be talking about. Okay, Noah, if you want to talk real quick, if you need to do it, do it. If you're going to talk, talk. But that's going to be the area of circulation that we're talking about currently, right now here. And I know you are... Okay, so again, you folks right now, and again, so we're going to stay on this picture just a second here. Just going to go ahead and talk here. Folks in Leedy, Margo, take your safe spot right now. Up in Woodward, again, rain's falling, heavy rain, nothing is severe right now. You folks right now in southwestern Oklahoma, drainage severe thunderstorm the warning now for Comanche, Tillman, and if I'm not mistaken, that's either Cotton or Jackson County. I cannot differentiate between the two.
And we want to talk about that tornado warning that
I don't know which one those are.
Again,
it's one of the two of them that we have. So again, that's the whole rundown what we have here. And again, this tornado warning, we're going to see if they're going to extend this tornado warning. But again, it's for Leedy and Camargo. Those are the two areas that we're going to be watching. Malik, if you're going to say something, go. But if you're not, then mute your mic.
What I'm wanting to say is that this storm, the storms near Woodward, they have been training. Like Woodward has had multiple storms. So only thing that they got now is just heavy rain. Once they get done with this next round, they should be done for the rest of the night. But there's going to be flooding, so if you can't stay indoors until the morning, and afternoon hours come, then try to venture out so you know where you're going, so you don't drown. That's all I wanted to say.
But again, you folks, right now, again, we're looking at the storm here. We got a still picture of the radar beam. That's a live radar beam, live radar going through right there. And again, we've lost that impingement of the hook. We're losing that, so again, it might be becoming more alpha dominant. I think we're gonna end up with that issue here. We had a live scan of the radar come through. But again, right now we're watching 2 Pacific areas right now, and as soon as we get rid of this tornado warning, we're off. Unless we have to come back for another tornado warning here. But again, you folks right now, we want you folks to stay safe, and we want you to be in a safe spot right now. If you live in Camargo, Leedy, if you're in a mobile home right now, get out of that mobile home, okay? It is really not a safe spot to be in right now. It's being in a mobile home. That's not safe. That's really being not smart, okay? It's not smart to be in a mobile home during a tornado. So again, we want you folks right now that are near Cheyenne and locations, points in east to be in a safe spot right now. Again, that's a small room on the lowest floor, near center and away from windows here. Here, I'm just looking at some of the data here. Here, I'm looking at some of the data we have.
While you're doing that, I'm going to jump in just real quick. Alright, so here's what we have right now. Clicking some of our indicators, you have a BTI of a 4.9. That is a 1 out of 10 indication. Round that 9 up and you get a 5. So, simple as that. BTI of basically a 5. If we take a look at the back part of this of the rotation, we still have a 4.9. The shear is 57 miles per hour. And of that, Leedy, get in your safe place. Leedy, get in your safe place. No doubt about that. There is something that they wanted to warn on that is heading for Leedy. This is a nighttime situation. We're not going to be able to see it unless we have lightning. So, Leedy, just be prepared. Next, we move on to while this is loading, we move on to I'm gonna mute on mic just real quick so I can get this radar down. Oh, here we go. Let's switch to Lawton's radar site here.
Yeah, we're just to the east of Strong City, trying to get this job.
Here, I'm looking here for National Weather Service, and they have yet to say what they're doing on this tornado warning. If they're going to cancel it or they're going to extend it. Here, here's what they're saying now. The storm near Vernon, down in the Texas Panhandle, is moving east-northeast at 40 miles per hour. So this thing is driving with the shear here. And it has a potential for golf ball-sized hail. So that's the report with that storm right now. That's the updated things. I've yet to see. They've yet to say if they're going to put a tornado warning out or not. A new tornado warning yet. But again, I do see. There is some confidence that they will reissue a tornado warning, but at the same time, there is some potential that they won't be issuing a tornado warning. But again, you folks, right now, this tornado warning still does continue. We're going to see if they're going to extend it now. Right now, we're going to see if they're going to continue this tornado warning.
just kind of update the law situation right here. We do have that bow that's heading towards I-44. So if you're on I-44, just prepare for the heavy rain, blinding rain, and if you need to, just pull over off to the side, not under the overpass, but off to the side, and just wait the rain out, because it's about to be some heavy blowing rain near Lawton in I-44.
Exactly. And here it's 10 o'clock here, and I've yet to see if they've done here. Okay, they're gonna extend the tornado warning here
Until 10:45.
until 10:45.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay, and what usually happens is when you get low level shear like this, what happens? The storms really they utilize everything they get. They attempt to get. Right now, I'm looking up here at this monitor here. Here. Okay, I'm just trying to think here. I'm looking here. They're extending this warning until 10:45 here. I don't understand here. Here, I'm gonna send a quick message to our producer here. It's headed your way too, so severe thunderstorm warning. Real good cause for that. What they're tracking, the National Weather Service is tracking that hail core as it continues moving off to the east. That is the main reason for that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. These are softballs coming out of here. Here, I'm sorry for the awkward silence here. I'm just.
If you live near Leedy or places like Putnam, you might be in this warning pretty soon. They have it in until 10:45, where the storms are basically not moving at all. Places like Strong City, you're just gonna go. It's just gonna go to the north of you. You are lucking out, but just please stay aware with the situation. If you live in a place like, thank you for punching velocities. As you can see, we have the green and reds near Camargo, and as we get a new scan, just to say that they kind of try to get stronger. Leedy, your velocity got a little stronger. And this is going to head Leedy and Camargo. Number one rotation is at the Camargo. Number two rotations head to Leedy.
Here, Victor should be on at any point here because I'm going to turn it over to him here for a little while here. I'm just going to be relaying information back to him, but right now,
the time is 10:03. We are under one tornado warning in our state, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. Tornado watch till 12 o'clock, which is midnight, for the same area that was under effect of tornado watch from the beginning. That was just extended.
Here, I'm working on here, you folks. Here, I see future reference that they're probably going to. They will possibly let this tornado warning go earlier than expected. They might let this go at 10:15 instead of 10 until 10:45 here. But
Noah, could you put a track on the Leedy storm for us and just give people a glimpse of what is heading on and if it's going to head towards them?
Maybe really quickly go to tracker where you can see those areas where we're concerned about. And again, it's now moved to just northwest of Leedy, actually. So hopefully, since it makes
here,
track at this point, hopefully it will die.
Alright, places like that are Tologa, which is in 2 minutes. Leedy at 5, and Custer City at 55 minutes, and Dover at 51.
One thing I want to mention here also, you folks that live, these storms the hillsides are coming down, the shear is starting to come down also. That's going to be short-term good news in a way. Short-term good news because these storms have been rocking and rolling since what time? 8, 9 something? 8 something, so hopefully this is the sign to the near the end here with these storms. So we've been working with these storms since, like, what, 2 hours or something?
But there are some events where these events, they tend to have that one round of shear, then we go into that dull period and they increase again, but
Well,
even
yeah.
stronger the second time. So.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing about it tonight. It's a broad upper level trough, and the thing with these things is that the low level winds are there, yeah, but what's happening is these storms are going to get so short that the low level shear is going to tear them apart, basically. And so hopefully what short-term good news what this means is that these storms hopefully should start to dissipate. But, the models had been suggesting it about an hour or two after sunset, which has already been 2 or 3 hours after sunset, the storms would hopefully begin to show signs of dying here. But again, we're watching stuff like that here. But that's what models have been suggesting, and we do have, that's some short-term good news here. I don't believe it's going to make it that far to 2:05 a.m.
Thank you for putting that track on, Noah. As you can see, 7 minutes for Leedy, Custer City. I cannot even see that. I think that's 64, 71 for Thompson, 100 minutes for Greenfield. As they start to head into that threshold of 60 minutes and ahead, we're going to lose the shear in all the values. So it's just going to be heavy rain and then lightning and thunder and maybe a straight line wind threat.
Okay, Victor, you're going to take over here for a little bit because my throat, like I said, I'm still with a sinus infection, so it's healing. It's healing. Give me thoughts and prayers, but
Me too.
Yeah, all right, I got you. Yeah, where he left off. We continue with this tornado warning. Appears until 10:45. So, yeah. Noah, who's controlling radar? Is that you, Malik?
I have the Baron Threat Net. Noah has.
Noah has Max and HD.
All right, is he available?
Yes.
All right, Noah, can you put velocities on that?
Yep.
All right. Again, while he's doing that, we remain with the tornado warning until 10:45. Yeah. That's fairly impressive. Yeah. Can you look to see the way the rotation has progressed?
After you're done with Victor, could you punch storm relative velocities?
Wow. Yeah. Just looking at other stuff here. Yeah, this thing, it is not reported yet. Again, this is not a reported tornado warning. It is radar indicated. So if you live near rural areas around it, especially points east, you need to be in your safe place. This is a tornado warning. Farther northwest, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, this thing is showing signs of a pretty decent tornado. If there is one on the ground, this is showing signs of being a decent tornado.
The rotation near Leedy has not been as intense as it is right now.
Yeah, I've just been noticing that. It has been weakening just a little bit. But nonetheless, tornado warning, that means you need to be in your safe place. So roll. You may be right on top of this. It's not, if not just a bit north. Leedy, this is heading right toward you. So if you live in Leedy, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. Although this tornado warning does not affect you yet, you need to be thinking about what you want to do, just in case this tornado continues to stay on the ground. Noah, anything else that you want to input on this?
No, I think I think this storm actually slowly but surely is actually starting to weaken somewhat. I think it's on the decline. I don't think it actually is probably going to maintain its strength for very much longer. If it does, it probably will just continue to have a hail and wind threat. I think the tornado threat will probably start to tone down a little bit as the evenings or we start to go into the early morning hours as it makes its way close to Oklahoma City. But until then, we still have to watch out for some smaller tornadoes.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly what you just said. Again, just same thing. Tornado warning for Roger Mills and Ellis counties, especially northeastern Roger Mills and south central Ellis. So anywhere in those areas, you need to be taking your tornado safety precautions. Specific towns like Roll, this is just north of you, if not right on top of you. Same thing goes for Leedy. Although Leedy is not under the tornado warning, you are under threat of being in it if this thing continues to sustain its strength. So again, Malik, is there anything you want to input?
No, besides these trails are a nighttime situation. Please do not go out and try to take pictures of them. Please.
Yeah, exactly what he said. This is possibly rain wrapped. You do not want to go outside and look for this. Number one, it is nighttime. Number two, it is rain wrapped. You do not want to go outside risking your life looking for this tornado. Again, Roll, Leedy. I wouldn't specifically say Leedy yet, but Leedy, you are under threat of this heading your direction, specifically Roll. If you live in Roll, you need to be taking your tornado safety precautions. Interior room, lowest floor, basement, bathroom, anywhere like that. Do not be in a mobile home or do not be in a car. All those locations, you are putting your life at risk.
No, because you punched normalized rotation.
Wow.
It's not as strong as it was. We didn't have the
Yeah, I
yellow
agree. Like
into the
this
green.
thing has weakened quite a bit. I will say this thing does look to be, I wouldn't say bowing out, but it does look to be not as profound in terms of shape as it used to be. But I still, yeah. No, anything you want to input?
No, I'm good. You guys just keep going.
All right, perfect. Again, while we stay on this storm, I also want to pay attention to the storms further south. Those areas currently in a severe thunderstorm warning, areas like Chattanooga, Lawton, Walters, areas like that. You're not under a tornado warning, but you are under the threat for very large hail. What are hail sizes on that? Yeah, that looks.
We're at about an inch, about 1.1, 1.2 inches is what it is now. But that's actually, I think, if I can go back a couple of scans or maybe animate these frames, I think it actually has come down a little bit. Yeah, it was at 1.3 inches, so it has come down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Chattanooga, you are probably under the highest threat to see large hail. Hail sizes being golf balls, quarters, mostly quarters and nickels. Golf balls, you may see some golf balls, but not too big, especially since the hail core is weakening. Back up north, we still have the tornado warning. Again, areas like Roll need to be in your safe place. Noah, can you go back up there? Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Victor, can I say this? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
The storm near Camargo, the hail is coming up. It's coming up fast. That's all I want to say. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's perfect. Thanks.
I'm going to let you guys rest your voice. I'm going to do a quick little radar update. Name off some cities that are under the tornado warning and the severe thunderstorm warning that are up near northwestern Oklahoma. So we have Camargo, Visay, Mutual, Sealing, Taloga, and Leedy that are under the severe thunderstorm warning. Now for the tornado warning, not much cities are on this. So this is a rural area, but the NWS issued the warning for a reason. Somebody is affected by this warning. Let's drop down south. Look at those warnings. We have places like Lawton, Chattanooga, Geronimo, Walters, Granfield, Hollister, and Temple, and places like that. The next warning that is moving into southwestern Oklahoma is Electra, and places like Davidson. The warning for Hollister goes until the next 14 minutes right now.
Malik?
Yeah.
Yeah, not to interrupt you or anything, but just wanted to point this out. A new flash flood warning has been issued for Roger Mills, Bowie, Ellis, and Woodward counties until 2:15 a.m. So watch out for flooding. Turn around, don't drown. You do not want to be driving in flood-prone areas. You are under danger of flooding, of being flooded. So just wanted to point that out. Continue.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right. Again, we continue with the tornado warning for Roll and Leedy. Noah, I have noticed that the storm has changed just a bit. Can you go back to velocities on that? Just wanted to see how this thing is going.
The velocities on the Southern Storm or the one that has tornado warning?
Yeah, the one that has the tornado warning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say it looked like for a minute that it was going to try and kind of hook and curve in on itself, but it looked like it kind of failed in its endeavor.
Yeah.
It looked like it was. It looked back. Let's see if I can stop the scan right where it looked like it was getting ready to. Right about here, it looked like this in this area, in this little half moon shape between Roll and Leedy, these two half moon shapes. It looked like it was trying to do something, but it ended up. I think what these are getting ready to start doing is turning more into a line and actually.
Exactly. Yeah. I do believe that these things will begin to bow.
Real quick, just wanted to point this out. It looks like these storms are starting to kind of break in a line up I-40 or up to H.E. Bailey.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. That's. I mean, yeah. Those storms mostly have just a hail and wind threat. Nothing bigger. And Noah, do you expect this tornado warning to expire soon, or do you believe that they will extend this?
I think they'll probably end up ending it early because it looks like what these storms are doing is basically forming into one big line. Unless these.
I also just noticed, just looking at one thing. Sorry to interrupt you, but rotation
Go ahead.
up.
Which one? This
one?
one?
That. Maybe it's just something that my radar program is doing.
Are you talking about the tornado warning storm?
Yeah, the tornado warning storm.
What radar?
We're using TLX.
Oh wow, TLX has gotten some ugly looking. That's probably why they continue the tornado warning. Because, in fact, if you look at Vance, you look at Frederick, and you look at all TLX, all of them are showing completely different stories. Like, not one of them is writing a clear-cut book. It's all of them are showing different tales of the same thing.
Malik, are you available for me to switch your radar real quick? Because I'm actually going to switch sites, and it's going to look funny on Guardian real quick. Are you available for me to switch to you?
No, he said that he has to go do something.
Okay.
In the meantime, I could just sort of guide.
Okay, yeah. It's okay. They probably will. I don't think
Honestly, I see the tornado warning really being canceled at about 10:30. Here,
No.
You looking here?
If you can't use radar right now, we could just switch to mine real fast temporarily.
Okay, we could. Okay. Yeah, we'll switch to you real quick. Well, actually, real quick. Before we do that.
All right.
Are you okay? Here we go. Switching. If I can get this to switch over. Come on. There we go. Go ahead. Sorry, I need to.
You got it. All right. Again, we are putting most emphasis on this storm at the moment. Tornado warning continues for appears Roger Mills and Ellis counties until 10:45 p.m. This storm is heading northeast at 30 miles per hour. So again, if you live in Ellis or Roger Mills County, you need to be paying attention. Most specifically, towns like Roll and maybe even as far as Leedy, you are under threat for a tornado. Roll, it does appear that you are no longer under threat of anything, but if you live in the northeastern parts of Roll, you need to be paying attention, and you need to be taking your tornado safety precautions. Leedy as well, this is heading straight your direction. So if you live in Leedy, you are not under a tornado warning, but you need to be taking your tornado safety precautions. Again, this is a tornado warning, not a tornado reported, but this is definitely showing signs of being a potential tornado. Again, it does not appear, looking at velocities here, it still is showing tornado-like potential, just not perfect tight rotation. So I just want to put that out there. It has also been slowly weakening just a little bit from past runs or scans. Just going to leave that there. Farther south, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Counties like Cotton, Tillman, Comanche. Sounds like Chattanooga, especially Chattanooga. Chattanooga looks to be hit by the largest hail right now. Geronimo, Lawton, Walters, areas like that. So back up north, tornado warning continues. No real towns right now are under threat, although I will say Leedy. Leedy, you are under threat for a tornado. Same with Trail. If this thing continues to go on a farther north track, Trail will be under threat in the next hour or so. So if you live in Camargo, Trail, Leedy, you need to be thinking about your tornado safety precautions. Again, severe thunderstorm warning continues as well. Kestos, Vichy, Oron, areas like that. Large hail, damaging winds. And again, back in the southern storm, large hail, damaging winds. I do believe that this tornado warning will be allowed to expire because rotation on this has been weakening quite a bit. Noah, are you still unavailable?
We're having a slight delay a little bit with getting the radar data to input into both modes of Guardian, but they'll probably be up in just a second.
Alright, that's perfect. Again, as you can see right there, the tornado warning has been cut just a little bit. It does now not include Ellis County. I mean,
okay,
County.
Just to tell you, Max is up. So
Max is up?
If you want to switch to Max, we can.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me stop presenting. Alright, yeah. Can you put velocities on that? Yeah, that's definitely still showing rotation. Although I will say that has broadened out. Yes, Noah?
I was just getting ready to agree with you with what you said about them probably calling it.
Yeah. You could also tell when they cut it off and not extend it. That could also be a sign. Rotation has broadened out quite a bit. So, Leedy, you are not out of the threat for a tornado. You still need to be thinking about your tornado safety precautions. So even as far north as Trail and Camargo, although I will say that this will be allowed to expire soon, you are never too sure, especially when you're getting velocities like this. Noah, any of your input? Alright, it does not look like he is available. Again, tornado warning does not include any cities right now, but if you live northeast of Roll and west of Leedy, you need to be thinking about your tornado safety precautions. There is potential for a tornado on the ground.
And right now, I feel like they're gonna let the tornado warning. They're gonna probably end up doing one or two things. They're probably gonna end up letting it expire, or they're gonna cancel it. But right now, we've been on for quite a while. All of our voices are hoarse. I know Victor's is just freshly used and everything, but right now, I'm not trying to be the bag got here, but a lot of us had personal lives, and we were sleepy, we were tired, hungry. We've been working on severe weather since 1 o'clock this afternoon. So, but thank you guys for being there for us today. Thank you guys for watching. Again, we do that small sliver of Roger Mills County is under that tornado warning, and honestly, I don't see them extending the tornado warning very much farther. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening and stay weather aware.